hold on, never mind.
Alright. Volume's on, everything's good. Grilled cheese, Obama sandwich. Oh, excuse me. What does the game? I think the group react is too large. Down and not. That should be good. Handbook? What's in my handbook? Claim. What are these? Oh, it's a gift box that I've missed. Ugh. I got some mail. That.
I invite you to a party.
Invite me to a party by giving me a grilled cheese Obama. I'm gonna open up my gift box, see what I get.
What does this button do?
To join a guild.
Click yes.
I did. Hey, Battle Imagines. I already have the Mighty Colossus. Shadow Captain or Warrior Parent. Okay. Profile, hold on. Oh yeah, my battle match. Activate. I want to, okay, I kept that. Advance this? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, handbook. More in the handbook. That. Guild tokens. Got some more mail. Oh, that's just saying welcome to the guild. Check some.
Right. So I'm going to have you do a couple things.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
It's slow. It's a little bit behind because I'm looking at stream, but hit O.
Oh.
Go down to Reclaim Hub in the bottom left. Like the very bottom left. Yep. And why don't you have a lot of reclaim tokens?
Because I don't know. How do you get them?
You get them by just not playing the game.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh no! You gotta do things. You have a cap that you can get, and then you have to do things to get them. But go to materials.
Okay.
And then purchase. Out of that list, don't buy the seals yet. Buy a book.
A book?
Book select. Yep, advanced book select.
Do I choose one or?
You hit purchase.
Oh, so I buy one, right?
Yep, you can only afford one.
Okay.
And then you'll, once you use the item, you choose it, and it's got to be of your class. Like, make sure it's your class, rather.
Okay. So no, what am I doing? There we go. Go to my inventory, right?
Yep.
Open. Choose the one for my class.
Yep. I don't know what
Shield
I don't
Knight.
remember what your class is called.
I think I'm Shield Knight. I got like 16 Shield Knight books.
So yes, I would assume you're a Shield Knight.
Yeah. Why did you need me to do that?
Because you want to get as many of those books as possible.
Oh, okay. Can I upgrade another extent?
Don't do the advance. You can do the upgrade, but don't do advance. Because that'll
Just
cost
upgrade
books.
that one.
And you don't want to do that until you max out your stuff.
Alrighty. Gifts. Oh, I can grab that. What's this? Alex Wish Coin. Oh, it allows me for
Gotcha.
one wish.
Yeah.
I might save that. Oh, I can get this too. Silver Star Badge.
It's the event currency.
Okay. Should I use that wish?
If you want.
Where's the gacha again in hub?
No, you click wish. Top right.
Top right. There you go. I mean, what would I get from it?
You get that mount, or the top one, you get that outfit.
Oh, I kind of want the mount. Let's try.
Click Meowlix Wish Coins Bound in the bottom.
Firm.
Yep.
Hey Phoenix, I hope you're doing well and welcome to the stream. How do I shout people? Shout
I
out.
have no clue.
X. There we go. I did it. Okay, so I press. Oh, I press wish.
F1.
I can't believe I'm doing a gacha. What the fuck? Silly little animation. Yeah, Meowlix Vault card.
Nice.
What do
I don't remember where you use those, but you can save those up and you can eventually buy items with it.
Oh, hold on. I think they're bought. No, they're not used.
You'd go to the vault store, the bottom tab.
Yep, I found it. That's 200. Well, I mean, I only got ones. I can't use them.
Yeah, there's other ways to get them too. I think they're like event rewards and stuff like that.
So that was kind of a waste, but whatever.
Oh, not really. I mean, that's just how the gacha works.
Yeah. Alright, what do you need me to do now?
I want you to go hit escape to bring up your little side menu.
Okay.
Go to events. Find Adept's Trial, ADEPTS.
Right here?
It's all the way at the bottom. Yep. And then click go.
Oh.
And then navigate.
Well, that's how to teleport. Okay. Thank you for the shout out. No problem. Oh my god. I'm moving on my own.
Yeah, that's what navigate does.
I talked to
You can
Huey.
also hold V. Alexis's adventure level is too low. I thought it was a level 14 thing. Hold on. Ah, it's level 30. Okay, just keep doing the story for now.
Oh shit.
Unless you want to do, hold on, there's a daily thing we could do.
Okay. I like how your thing says gag instead of gag.
I'm gonna gag you. Whoa, man.
What the fuck?
Alright, so this is gonna go by really fast. Oh, you're a tank. Go to your skills.
Oh, hold on. Skills? Okay.
I have no clue how tanking works in this game, but we're about to figure it out together.
What is this?
Don't worry about that right now.
Okay.
You could drag those to the slots if you want, though. Oh, actually, you don't have them unlocked. Never mind.
Yeah, I gotta unlock them now.
I know how to unlock them. We can do that later.
Okay.
So Blade of Justice. Let's give you photon energy. What does Valor Bash do? Holy Sigil. Dealing attack damage and increasing your armor. So you're going to want to use that up to 3 times to increase your armor. Shield Toss is to gather enemies. I know that much.
The only thing I don't have equipped right now is Judgment.
Yeah, but what does it do?
Judgment?
Yes. Consumes 45. Oh yeah, you want that. That is your only skill that uses photon energy. So you want that equipped.
What should I replace it with then? I
Uh,
have Reckoning and Sacred Blade.
replace Shield Toss with it for now.
Alright, Shield
'Cause
Toss.
the thing we're about to do is only one enemy. Yeah.
Okay, then I gotta upgrade this. But everything is level 7, so I'll just upgrade it to...
So I'll amend what I said earlier. From what I can tell, Shield Toss and Photon, or Judgment rather, are the only two skills that you actually have to have equipped in a dungeon. But Judgment seems like you always want it equipped just because it's the only thing that you have that consumes photon energy. So what does Reckoning do? Consume 2 holy sigils, performs a fiery blade slash. So that's an AoE. And then what does Sacred Blade do? Summoning a sword from beneath the target's feet to do. That's a single target.
Ugh.
So it seems like you want to do Valor Bash to consume holy sigils. And then either use Sacred Blade or Reckoning when you've already used Valor Bash 3 times.
Hopefully I remember that.
Just Valor Bash and then Sacred Blade. That's all you need to worry about for the thing we're about to do.
Alright, let me upgrade Valor Bash one more time. And then Sacred Blade one more time. Alrighty. They're all at level 8.
Alright.
Holy shit. Confirm?
Yep.
Everyone's level 60 though. What the fuck?
That's okay. This is like the lowest item level thing you could possibly do in this game.
It's like a dungeon or something?
100. It's a trial.
Oh, so it's a
kill
boss?
One enemy. Yes.
Okay.
So go up and start hitting it.
Okay, oh my god, I cannot see anything. I don't remember where, thing is.
So just start hitting, keep clicking and hit 1.
How do I get out of the way? Oh, okay, never mind. Got insufficient energy. Oh my god. Where is he?
Teleported away. After this, I'm going to show you how to turn down your effects. See what's going on.
There we go, he's dead.
And we're going to do this one more time after we do that. You can do this twice per day. It gets you XP and it gets you items.
Oh,
So
okay.
just stand still.
What are the items I get? What is this?
Yep.
Oh, that's level 50.
It's level 60.
Leave?
Go ahead and hit next. Yep.
Oh, next? Where's next?
And then hit leave.
You need to turn down my effects, right?
Yeah, but we're gonna... I'm not the captain. Hit I, and then click leave the party in the bottom right.
Hold on. Am I looking for this? This. Our chest. Okay. He's in hub. So I can grab that. Oh, shit. Leave party? Where is it?
Yes. Gotta hit I to open it. And then bottom right. Or, yeah, it's like the little person with the arrow.
Oh, no, I'm now level 24. Excuse me.
So then hit escape, go to your settings. And then it would be under
Extreme metal. My settings. Oh, I know where it is. Hold on. Pink.
Yeah.
Graphics.
Yeah. It'll be under graphics, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom.
I did.
Oh, you already have everything at minimum, except for your own. You can turn off other ally skill effects.
Is that it?
And if you want, you can turn off ally skill effects. I do not recommend turning off enemy skill effects, though. Actually,
Okay.
the game won't even let you.
All right.
And I'm gonna invite you again. Because when I did that, it actually made me not the leader of the party anymore. Friends, Alexis. How do I do this? Invite. And then we're gonna do that one last time.
All right. Firm? Yeah.
Yep. You can hold F to skip this so you don't have to watch it.
Yeah, I know, I did.
You don't have to do this mode every single day, but I would recommend it for at least a couple days.
3 soul seers must be destroyed. Do I deal with those?
Yes.
Oh shit, where are
They're
they?
gone anyway.
Oh.
You don't really have to worry too much about mechanics in this mode because things just die so fast.
And if I use R, like my R attack,
That'll be your ultimate.
will anyone else be able to use theirs?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's a per person thing.
Good. He's dead. Bye-bye! Oh. Alright, what should I do now? Leave the party?
Leave the party and then go do the story. Or we could do something that'll get you more skill points.
What's that?
It is. I don't know if you're high enough level to do it, but there's this like there's this trial thing. Oh, I am the leader of the party.
Do I leave?
Remove. No. Remove. All right. Go ahead and equip those 2 pieces of gear you just got. By the way.
Hold on. Master's. This. He's in hub. That's probably. Oh damn! Got a gift box. Hurricane Steel. I get the blue, right? That's the one.
Yes.
I'm level 25 as well. Ooh, what did I get? Stormblade Advanced Book. I thought I had a level 25 gift box. Where is it?
You
Can I
click
open
use
it?
on it.
Oh. Hold on. Hills. Okay. Check that in a bit. Yes.
Duh. I just got a bunch of advanced books that are not for my class. I had like 36 star chests. I got a whole bunch of frost mage. I do have a frost mage, but I have a ton of Stormblade advanced books and marksman and heavy guardian. There is a way to convert them to my class. I just don't remember how.
What ones was I not using again? Shield toss.
Swap shield toss back on and put it where Sacred Blade is.
Sacred Blade. That's Sacred. Right
It's
there.
the red one. It's the red one.
I know.
Do you? Do you? I don't know who you think you are, Dylan, but
I don't either.
pretty skibbity.
You say I'm pretty giggity?
Skibbity?
God. Oh, you said equipped the gear, right?
Yes, equip the gear that you just got.
How do I get rid of old gear?
You grind it up into dust. I'll show you in
How
a
do
minute.
Okay, I can't put the level 60 on what? Oh,
Oh,
I
what's
can put
the equip level on that? Wearing level 50. Okay.
I can put
Then don't worry about
I can
it
put
now.
this one on.
Yeah.
Forgot I had that. That's a level 60. I'll keep that for now. Handbook again.
Check the map when you're done.
This rare gear. Oh shit! I gotta open that. Wait, can't. Because I got some gear. Oh, it is. Oh, a helmet. I can wear that. Nice. Ooh, that looks cool. Let's... Okay, what did you say? Open up the map?
Yep.
Actually, hold on. Before I do that, I need to go to beauty. I want to remove the helmet off. That's not it.
You don't go to beauty, you get a wardrobe.
Wardrobe, yeah. Ah, what the fuck? There we go. Okay, go to my map.
Find where I am.
Where would you be?
It's the picture of my face on the bottom of the map.
Oh. Is that you? Yeah. Navigate?
And then
Track.
click on, navigate.
Destination cannot be reached via auto navigation.
Then click on one of the yellow icons near me.
Let's try the... Ah, I'm auto navigating. Ah! Where are you? Armor up, strength up, intelligence up. Why is everything going up?
Because
Oh my
there's a beat performer increasing your stats nearby.
Oh, nice. There you are.
Talk to Maxim here.
Oh, what? Dismantle.
Dismantle.
They get rid of that one. I get Luno from that.
You can click
Yes.
add all and it'll add everything. Like if you click on one and then click add all in the top right, it will add everything that's not purple or yellow.
Oh, okay. Okay, that was everything. What is... Okay.
Yeah, don't worry
Alrighty.
about reading stuff right now. Alright. So do you want to do the story or do you want more skill points?
I kind of want to do the story.
Okie dokie.
Well, I'm actually going to do some side shit first. Where is new class? That. Where is... That's all the way over there. Shit. How close can I... That really... Oh, I also gotta submit materials, too.
You gotta get that
Early.
materials too. That would take a little while, but yeah, you could do it.
I'll do that. I'll do that after this. Huh? Oh, excuse me. Wait, is that the person I have to talk to? No, it's not. Gee. I hope I'm going the right fucking way. The lighting's acting. How do I get over there? I'm gonna just teleport.
What are you looking for?
Get to my new class. The quest to visit. Apparently, there's a
If you're looking for
quest.
the new class, you have to go talk to the lady. Hold on.
I don't remember what the quest is
Go
called.
to
It's called new
above where
class.
you
Yeah.
are right now. That building. Go look back at your map. So do you see that building above you?
Do I see the what?
The building above you with all those yellow icons?
This one?
Yes.
Go there.
Go there. Click on one of those and click navigate.
Thank
Or
you.
you could
Oh, I just
teleport
did the
there, I guess.
teleport. Done.
And the quest you're looking for is the purple icon on your map.
Yep. There it is.
Or on your face. Yo, mama!
No, that's the wrong thing. Is this my subclass that I'm unlocking?
It's not really a subclass, no. It's a second class. You just get to
Oh.
choose another class. And
Uh.
what I think you mean by subclass is your specialization. Your spec.
Oh, okay. So I don't really need to use my second class, right?
You do not, no.
Okay.
Your specialization you unlock by once you get enough skill points. Grilled cheese Obama sandwich.
Okay. Proceed to open profile. Shield Knight. But I don't have to do this, right?
You don't have to, but you should pick one. Win Knight would be the one that shares stats with you, I think.
Yeah, but I kind of want to
Double-check
save I kind of want to save this for if they ever do a punchy class.
You can always buy more with
true.
Unbound Rose Orbs.
Yeah, I'll just unlock this for the hell of it. I have to pass her trial to become a... I got heroes ready. What are you talking about? Oh, there we go. Item. Defeat 20 goblin. I can wait on that. How do I change back to my original?
You hit C.
I'm still... Did I not unlock this? I didn't.
No, you have to do the quest that you just unlocked to get him.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'll go do that then. Son of a bitch. Then I will also get material shit that I need. Yes.
Miles and I are gonna go watch Chainsaw Man, the movie Res Arc.
Oh, when?
tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Let's unlock shit. Oh, I got a meal. Where the fuck are the goblins, though? I also should do the monster hunt stuff, too. A lot I gotta do. Christ. Oh, there's an icon, though. That far away.
Grilled cheese Obama sandwich.
We're gonna get that shit stuck in our head.
Going to?
Yeah, probably already.
I'm gonna have you.
Huh? Where am I going? I think I went the wrong way.
Where are you
Luckily, there's
going?
no fall damage. Diff ruins. Yes. Play patrol route. I don't know what that does. Well, here's the goblins. Be 20 of these assholes today.
I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. Hold on. Kind of really only need to do that,
Stop
that
your
thing that
fucking
you're not high
running!
I kind of really only need to do that thing that you're not high enough level to do yet. Kind of like the biggest blocker for my progression right now.
Sucker. You just call me a sucker?
I told you.
What the fuck is this? Oh my god. Ah! Oh my god, excuse me.
I guess I'm gonna figure out how to get the books that aren't for my class converted.
Whoa.
How?
Crystal thing.
Oh, yes, that's right. Life skills. Defeat 2 elite or boss monsters. Clear chaotic realm 2 times. Goodness.
Oh my god, it's a Connor. Guess what, Connor? You won't believe what I'm doing. Connor?
He's muted. He's not able to speak for some reason.
Oof. I blame Connor.
Probably because you didn't give him, like, a roll or something.
Really? He should be able to. They never changed
No, he
anything.
wasn't.
Dude, what's wrong? So he can't speak because he doesn't have a role?
can't speak because you didn't give him permission to connect.
What?
Oh, you don't have the only permissions you have in the thing is everyone is unable to connect, speak, or do any of that. So
What the fuck? I thought. Oh, it's because I changed roles. God damn it! Or I deleted that one role. Son of a bitch! I'm
Connor.
Sorry, Connor. I'm an idiot. Bad.
Connor, speak.
Still not work?
Guess not.
The fuck? About potential? What is about potential? Is that a main quest? Oh no, that's a world quest.
But you want to do that? That'll let you those things that you couldn't equip. That I think that gets you to unlock them.
Okay. Get back then. Fuck.
Connor, leave the call and restart your Discord.
Yeah. And I can't believe you didn't give him permission, Hunter.
Not my job.
What do you mean? You're the secretary. It is your job.
No, actually my job is to, watch out for issues. It's your job to manage permissions. It's the mayor's job to create laws and stuff.
I don't know how to be. Shut up.
I know you don't know how to shut up.
Shut up.
And he's taking an awfully long time to restart his Discord.
You told him to restart his computer.
Is that Discord?
Oh, I thought you said computer for some.
I'm pretty sure I said Discord.
Connor?
Speak, Connor, speak. At this point, I don't think it's a permission issue. I think.
Like Connor just pinged me. Hold on.
Sure. Well, that was like.
Oh shit.
10 minutes ago. It was more like 5.
Well, let me fix.
See if you have like push to talk on.
Yeah, see if you have that. I will edit the channel, see if I can do anything. Missions. Connor, connect. Yeah, he has. Use soundboard. Yeah, he should be able to. So weird. Connor just cannot speak.
Speak, Connor. Oh, it's because you made it so that click don't switch, Connor. You made it so that if someone gets dragged in here, they have to use push to talk. So
how did I set that up like that? I don't know how to run Discord servers. God damn. Hi, Connor.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh my god. I hate you, Dylan.
I didn't even know any of that was like that.
Stupid. I don't care.
Fuck you, bitch. Anyways, you won't believe what I'm doing right now.
What?
I'm streaming.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yeah. Need to open profile. Adventurers poopy dude. Little balls. Auto vault change. Well, I can.
Oh no,
can
that's a different thing.
Can I unlock these?
Oh. You unlock those by leveling up.
How are you guys doing?
Terrible.
Horribly.
Fuck you.
Wow, okay.
And it's all Dylan's fault.
Yeah, it is Dylan's fault.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Hell.
Grilled
Bruh.
cheese bomber sandwich.
Bruh, I couldn't speak. I couldn't join the call. It's your fault. Ooh, next time, check to see, uh,
I never touched any of the permission.
Clearly you did.
you did.
There used to be a role that gave people permissions to be in this channel,
Yeah.
and you made it so that everyone else couldn't connect, and if they did get in somehow,
I'm
they
gonna
had to use voice.
after this. Then
Yeah,
I'm after my stream. I'm gonna remake the stream ping roll. I'm gonna remake the stream ping roll, and then I'll remake a roll that allows people. This is the person I gotta go to.
So why did you even delete it in the first place?
I don't remember.
He has a bad habit of deleting things.
Wait,
That is very true.
how do I get flour?
I don't know. Click
How to obtain culinary exchange. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. How to obtain culinary flour? Sorry,
Go to the culinary exchange.
okay.
You either need to craft it or buy it.
Okay. Here's the culinary exchange.
It'll be on your map.
Right there. Navigate. I'm sorry, Connor, that you smell like poop.
Nah, it's alright.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
I'm sorry you feel like poop, Connor. Or smell like
Bruh.
poop. Did
Bruh.
you not realize what I said at first?
I did not hear you, and I thought you were saying about sorry that I accidentally deleted the role or something like that.
No, I said you smell like poop.
Screw you.
Oh, that was so fucking funny.
Screw you.
Okay, so I need 45 of these. How much is that gonna be? Be very. That
Let's see
give
if
me
my
super.
school program advisor ever reached out to me.
So should
Whoever
I
answers
just buy it, Hunter, for the exchange?
If you want to, yeah.
Going not Lord.
Because there's a way I can get it to make it by. I need to get wheat, but where do I get wheat?
Harry Rose Petal 8? What the
I get it
heck?
at the plains, but where the fuck?
Yeah, click track
Oh,
or navigate or whatever.
wheat field. Okay.
Harry Rose Petal. Okay, thank you, video game for sharing.
I'm gonna send you a rose petal, boy.
Oh,
Ah!
oh
Me too,
no.
What?
I think I may have just jumped into a game with a hack.
On what?
Garden Warfare 2.
Oh, okay.
Into this game, bruh. And there's still hackers? Bruh.
I'm not
Why would there
surprised.
be? EA's not gonna do anything about it, and they tried once in the last decade, and you think that randomly they're gonna be
Hey!
do it again.
True.
Yeah.
That's why I don't. That's why I'll probably never buy a single EA game ever again. That's why I haven't bought a single EA game in the last like 10 years.
I just don't like EA games, except for Wild Hearts. But I'm waiting.
I just
to
don't like
it's just-
buying a. I just don't like buying a $60 or $70 or $80 or $90 game and then having to buy, you know, the other parts of the game piecemeal for $20 each, or
Yeah.
having to grind for 200 hours to unlock one part of it. Connor knows how that feels.
He does know how it feels to smell like poop.
Bruh. Well,
I should-
I just. Why am I horrible? Why am I horrible at this video game right now?
Are you a grilled cheese Obama sandwich? I don't know.
I'm
we have
horrible.
that we have that meme stuck in our head now, Connor. So we're gonna fucking probably.
You have what now? What
The
meme?
grilled cheese Obama sandwich meme. Stuck in our fucking
Oh.
head. I'm killing baby pigs! Slaughter the children. Oh. I might get banned for saying that on Twitch. Don't worry, all I need to do is sexually harass a woman and Dan Clancy will be fine with it. Now I'm gonna get banned from Twitch just for pissing him off.
Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
I'm dead. Oh! Oh, I'm dead.
I'm gonna have the Twitch Mafia knocking at my door.
I have not touched this game in months.
I haven't touched you in months.
What?
Huh?
What?
Oh?
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
What's going on?
Oh my god.
A lot.
Okay,
No
don't answer
problem.
me. I got it.
Oh, he's level 30. I don't want to mess with that guy. But I have
He'll
to
be
go
fine.
up there. No, I will not. I can Skyrim my way up here. Oh yeah,
I
there's more
fought
level 30 guys.
45 characters at level 20. He'll be fine.
I've been chasing the wrong thing. Oh fuck!
Team, can we defend the point for a few more minutes, please?
Yeah,
No, you
I've been
cannot.
going the wrong way. I'm
Oh
like
my
so
God.
far away from where I gotta go.
That purple icon is a side quest. That blue icon is the one that you want to follow.
Oh. Oh. Idiot. Okay. I have not been going. Gee. Neat. Chicken. You kill it. Okay, I'm at the wheat. Where's the wheat? Oh. How much
okay.
wheat? I need like a bunch. I got 4 wheat and 4 hay. Okay. Oh, they
My
have certain
grind-
gathering spots. Okay.
The 5,555 is back on, and I'm already hitting it.
You know, I just realized I didn't check how much wheat I needed.
Aw, brother.
You need to gather 45 flour and it costs 4 each, so you're gonna need like 100 something.
God.
Why is
That's
my
just making
team
stuff.
terrible?
I'm gonna need 100 something. Yeah, 11.
You're probably gonna need more. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'll probably get like 150. Fuck it. I guess this is a wheat gathering stream. He did it? Ready for the wheat gathering. So exciting. Dying.
Doing one of Ariana's side quests that gets you extra skill points because I haven't done all of them. There's like 3 ways to get skill points. One is leveling up, one is like a trial, and one is doing Ariana's side quests. Then I've done all
Ariana
of Ariana's
Grande?
side quests. So I'm missing like 5 skill points. But the place that this set of skill points is from is right next to like a world boss. So or I guess it's called an elite enemy or something like that. So I'm currently fighting this enemy. Did they just... What?
What
I don't know.
happened?
I don't know.
Did they disappear or
It
something?
vanished.
Oh, they
Both the
vanished.
boss-
Okay.
Both the boss and the person vanished. And now the boss is back, and it's got full health. I'm not fighting this. There's 2 of us.
Got that. Oh wait, there's still another thing I can grab.
Ow.
My balls.
My scrotums. I mean,
My
what?
scrotums. Your scrotums? Excuse me?
You have multiple scrotums?
Connor has multiple scrotums. What the fuck?
Bro has 2 wieners.
Bro has 2 wieners. Some people are into that, you know.
Oh.
Especially if you're a girl. Utanari. Double wieners. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Well,
Okay then.
Pooh and I have a little bit more than just wieners.
Yeah, I know. Just saying.
Who was I explaining what that was to? Oh, one of my coworkers that I share.
I was about to say
with.
either Connor or Gage.
No, it was one of my coworkers that I share an office with, and I made a joke about something. Anthony didn't get it, and then my other coworker, Laurel, that I share an office with, because there's 3 of us in there. He's like, "What does that mean?" So I explained it to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I've heard of that before." Excuse me?
I'm good.
Excuse me? I love how you said, excuse me?
He's like, "Yeah." One day I got curious. I saw that word pop up, and I clicked on one of the videos. It wasn't the worst. Whatever, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell your wife.
Do I need to hold F when I'm collecting stuff?
No.
Okay.
Just have to push it once.
Better roll on.
It's great knowing what all this random like babbling means in world chat, because there are these things called lines. They're instances. So like they're like world instances, kind of like servers, I guess. So sometimes when an
How'd you
enemy
throw
like
the
the Muku
button?
Chief that I'm fighting right now appears, you can say in world chat Muku Chief L8, which would mean line 8 or server 8. And all of a sudden, you'll just see a bunch of people pouring out of nowhere
God
to
damn.
fight it with you. Because it was just me and the person who vanished, who reappeared at some point. And it was going so slow. So I just yelled out, "Line 8 Muku Chief," and everyone showed up. I got a whole lot of stuff. Some
Hey,
guild
Gotcha. I
XP,
hope you're doing well.
guild
Welcome to the
funds,
stream.
Uno. What?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'm finally streaming. Almost
You hit the
took me about like 1 trillion years, but I'm finally doing it.
He hit the button.
I hit the button. I'm gonna hit you, Hunter.
He did it.
Right now, it's a wheat gathering stream.
Yeah, he's doing his side quests.
This.
I'm over
Oh,
here
oh, guild stuff.
doing a side quest also. Oh yeah, that's for your
Good.
weekly activities stuff.
I got a chest, and I got 2 chests, two boxes from the chest, so I can get materials from them.
Oh
What do I
yeah.
wanna get?
For context, you should do that mode that we were doing earlier, where we fought that one enemy at least 3 days, like twice daily, for at least 3 days out of the week. Because there's this thing called it's called the Pioneer's Reward. And based on what you do throughout the week, you gain like weekly rewards, and it could be like
Snooze, Dad.
legendary
Fuck it.
gear, it can be materials, it could be stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Hopefully, I'll
So you want
remember
to try
that.
to unlock. Yeah.
I'm at 102
Yeah,
wheat now.
Try to unlock as much as you can by the end of the week. And the
Jeez,
things that you need
Obama.
is by spending
Bitch.
focus from life skills. Is it Steven builds? No, it's
Is-
killing world bosses. spending focus from your life skills or doing the daily thing that I was just talking about. It is called, I don't remember, but it's twice daily. It's what I know.
But
Did I just hear a laugh from you?
yeah, that was
Or the
me.
game? Oh, okay.
I was the one who.
Because I thought that was the scientist. Because it sounded exactly like the scientist in game.
Oh my god.
And I'm
I'm
not
just
even
starting
kidding.
Blue Protocol, or is this an old account? This is I'm just starting, yeah. I'm level 25 now. I'm not even done with the story yet. I think I finally did like the first, like a little bit, like a week ago, I finally did the first major dungeon boss for the trial. I mean, 121 wheat.
Why are you going to me?
It would be like a story dungeon, yeah. You did Tina's Mind Realm or something like that?
Yeah, Tina's Mind Realm thing. Whatever. Give me that. Give me the wheat. And the wheat.
Team,
Go.
team, why are they almost capturing the graveyard?
Capture your graveyard.
Can my team lock in?
Incoming ad break in 5 minutes. How long is it gonna let me snooze for? 'Cause I already snoozed the first time. Whatever. $135, okay. Close to 150 wheat.
That wasn't the elite enemy I needed to fight. Why did it take 35 years? Also, why did it not give me anything?
I don't know. $148, so close. And then I can go back, craft myself some flour. That's
Hopefully
F.
you have enough.
I have 152, so let's go see it. Your telephone.
Oh,
Click on the
away.
No, just to let you know, if you click on your map, there's a name of the zone that you're currently in the bottom left. If you click that again, you can change the zone.
Oh shit, okay.
You can also just click navigate there.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
But I would recommend just going into the menu and doing it because it's a little bit faster. Like changing
Yeah.
your zone. Eventually, you'll have to find other zones. There's a handful of zones.
Oh, come on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 zones.
No, they were
I think the
almost
story
dead.
only takes you to the plains and 1, maybe 2 other zones.
How
So
many
the other
zones
zones
are
are
in
just
this
where
game?
different 8,
Oh, okay.
7 if you don't count the city.
Just jump down here.
Living in the city.
City.
My God.
You are living in this.
I went the wrong way. I needed to go to the culinary place. Oh my god.
What is
The
my
rat.
team doing?
Add in 2 minutes and 14 seconds. I wish Twitch didn't force me to do ads, but I went the wrong way
You're a partner.
again. No, I'm affiliate.
Affiliate, partner, same thing.
Not really. Where
Yeah,
the
it is.
fuck am I going?
Just one, you get more stuff.
There we go. Yeah, it's partner that you get more stuff and
Mm-hmm. But it's just affiliate plus.
affiliate. Okay, flour. How much can I make? I can make 50. And how much did I need? 45?
45.
Okay.
Have fun waiting 6 years.
Oh, shit. I just realized it does that to me. How long is this going to take?
About 6 years. 5 times 45. So whatever that is.
Fine. Well, I guess we're going to be looking at this while it's happening. 3 minutes? Oh my god, we're going to be watching this for 3 minutes. At least my ads
You can
will
start
probably...
the ad break. You can start the ad break now. Just do that.
I don't know how to. It starts in like 47 seconds, so it'll be fine. And the ad is like literally 3 minutes too, so that should be good. I think it's 3 minutes.
Oh my god, I'm being shot at the spawn.
That's what you get, Connor, for being... I don't know, Connor.
Yeah.
That's what you Connor for being Connor. Ready, Fazbear?
Good.
Rihanna, I don't wanna. I'm be done with this.
Yo, mama! I don't wanna!
Oh, come on.
Obama grilled cheese sandwich.
Guys, defend.
Depends.
Please!
Both
Yeah!
Vipers?
I love making flour for 3 minutes. What do you think would take longer, Hunter? Doing this in Final Fantasy 14 or this in this? Fair?
Huh?
What do you think would take longer? Cooking flour in Final Fantasy 14? Cooking 45 flour in Final Fantasy 14 or in this game?
Would it be faster?
Would it be longer?
Oh, probably this game.
Ah, damn. Okay.
Because in 14 you have quick synthesis.
Oh, true. I forgot about that.
And quick synthesis goes by a little bit quicker than this. And flour is like a level 1 thing.
Oh, I'm almost done though. Got 6 left to make.
Sandwich. I gotta find a fit that I want.
I'm gonna
Fit
throw a
check.
fit. I'm gonna throw a fit.
I'm gonna throw up.
I'm gonna... Ew, that's gross. There we go. Holy shit. Shit, man. Whatever. Yep, the 45 flour.
I hate my internet.
Connor's internet had a sandwich.
Did I spend $10 on the Halloween outfit just to get the hat?
What's
Yes.
also very nice is that the entire match I was playing it doesn't even count anymore. I love my internet.
I love you.
I love you.
Wow, I got low purity fish oil.
I'm gonna show you my low purity fish oil.
Alrighty, so next is I choose. do the gem crafting one. Okay, so I need to get sandstone polishers. There's the gem crafting. Where are they? Gem crafting. Gem crafting. Oh, oh, it's probably here. Crystal exchange.
Yes. Actually, it's that like big bunk boom boom. I don't know.
I just literally. Oh my god, my mouse isn't working.
You're trying to craft something, you have to go to that big, like, turn your camera to your left. Or I guess behind you. Yeah, that big, giant, magnificent beast back there.
Alrighty, I need
gem crafting stuff.
How to obtain to get limestone. I need like two raw ores of lime. Track that. I'll navigate to that. Insufficient space to.
You're too close to the thing that you're standing next to summon your mount.
Oh.
You're too close to the thing that you're standing next to.
Limpid azure water.
You get that by breaking rocks. Any rocks. You'll get that as you mine the limestone.
Okay, good. Where do I go again?
For what?
To find the stuff I tracked.
M. Then you find it on the map. It would be in the plains. So click Astrolabe in the bottom left.
Not showing up what I need though.
Well, it'd be on the map in the other place. You have to click Astrolabe in the bottom left of the map.
Yeah, I know. Hold on, right there, right?
Nope. Click Astrolabe in the bottom left of the map.
Oh, Astral. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find bottom left.
It's like the very bottom corner. Then you go to
That
Asteria Plains. Yep. And then it will be that pulsating blue thing in the top right. Be in the top, very top right.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be those rocks.
Alright.
You probably won't be able to navigate there because you don't have the... Oh, no, it'll let you.
Oh, that's far away.
Yep.
I'll just...
when you get the chance, you should unlock all the teleportation points in Asteria Plains.
How do I do that?
Open your map.
Teleportation areas?
So you'll see those gray circles. That'll
Yeah.
clear the fog from the map. And then do you see those gray globes?
These?
Those gray globes are... Yeah, the gray globes are teleport points. And then the gray circles with like a plus or whatever in the center clears the fog off the map.
Alright, you know what? Then I'm gonna unlock those then.
Most other zones that aren't Asteria Plains only have like one, maybe two of those like fog clearing things that you have to get.
How did I track it? Did I track it already?
Yeah, you are. If it's
Yeah, I'm
like
gonna
pulsating blue, it's being tracked. I don't know what I was doing.
Oh my god, where am I going? I made it. These.
Yeah, you can do some funky things in this game.
Ancient City of Ville. In Goober? Let's see. Oh, these goobers see me.
These goobers see me. Beautiful.
Flat bitch, run away, idiot. Alright. I'm going this well. Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea. I didn't want to. Oh, hello. Die, motherfucker. I cannot ride in my car.
You're in
Right
combat
up.
or something.
Oh no. Oh, bro, they're following me everywhere. What level are you, buddy? Level 13. Oh, shit.
732.
I would kill myself.
I'm pretty sure he would do it first.
Probably. I'm in my handbook. I got a box. Uh-oh, I think I'm in combat. I am! I'm in
I was
combat
wondering why
majorly.
I was wondering why my characters were doing certain things automatically. It's because I turned on auto combat.
Oh.
No, sure. I'll let my character auto combat these boars. I don't actually want to do it. If I'm not tabbed in, does my character not do anything? Okay, she does. Good.
A gift box.
I'll let her finish this
Whoa.
quest for me.
What are these? Brand of
Grilled
Chaos,
cheese,
Primordial
Obama
Core.
sandwich.
Grab that. Grab.
I'm about to call my.
What the what?
Ah! I'm about to call my school advisor and be like, "Yo, approve these classes so I can do stuff."
You and me know
Commit
you're
a crime.
Yes, I will.
By the way, those two statements were completely separate.
Not for me.
For anyone wondering.
Not for me. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna protest in the US of A.
It's only a crime
current
to
president.
protest if you're protesting something I like.
Protest. You heard me, Connor. Protesting against your balls too.
I'm gonna protest people being named Counter.
How do I float?
Bruh.
You have to unlock it.
I thought I unlocked it. I can't get up there.
Did not.
How do I unlock it then?
You unlock it by completing the quest to unlock it. I don't know. Check your map. Do you see that little like bottom left of this continent
There?
in the ancient city of Ville? Do you see that? You have to interact with that.
I have to interact with this?
No, that little blue flower thing that you just had clicked.
Oh, this?
In the middle of ancient city of Ville.
Okay. Fuck you, enemy. Oh no.
So it will be.
I'm gonna have so many motherfuckers against me. There it is.
Yeah, you
Isn't
just
it?
hit F on that. And then drag float to one of those pluses. Or click equip on it. I don't know, I can't see it on your stream.
I did.
Yeah. And then
I'm gonna
you
track
can
that.
unlock that through one of those other flowers.
Okay, so where was I going again? I was going. I have to get.
Do I turn off auto combat?
There we go. Oh, for the fucking love of God.
I'm waiting for something called the Great Warhog to appear.
I'm here. The Great Warhog. No.
I gotta murder you now.
I can't. I don't know how to get the wind core. Oh, probably with float.
Yeah. You use float by jumping and hitting Q.
Hey. You. Hey.
Okay, I gotta stop doing that. There we go. What? I want the chest.
You.
Stay strong, Hunter. Stay strong. I got one more of these things left to do.
Yo, it's all the way up there? How am I supposed to get all the way over there? Up there. Oh, I gotta do some platforming? Are you fucking... Oh, check.
What are you even looking for?
Ah! I'm stuck in a rock! Help me! Oh, I'm falling. Need to find something called the wind core. So I can unlock, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh. The dash, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm in there. The fuck?
Hey.
It won't let me...
Two.
You.
There we go.
Walk out of it and... Yeah.
Will I try DNA, or are you committing to Blue Protocol now? What's DNA? Oh, fuck me.
I'll do it night at best.
Oh, Dual Night Abyss? Oh, Do It Night Abyss.
I've heard of it.
I did take a look at it, and it looked interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna really be playing it a lot, though, if I do play it. It's Warframe, but anime girl game. Oh.
Oh!
I don't know if I'm gonna play it if it's like Warframe, because I did like Warframe, but it's also kind of a little too fast-paced for me. So probably not. Gotta go.
Grilled cheese open on sandwich.
Oh my god! Okay, I made it. Over there.
Go talk
Oh my
to
God.
Ariana. No!
Where I gotta go?
Her. I don't want to talk to her anymore. I don't like her.
Oh, here's mining outcrops. Aru ore?
That's for smithing. I think you use it to convert into things. I don't know what else it's used for, but you can use it for upgrade materials.
Oh, okay. It says... Okay, that's weird. Why is it... Where's the fucking wind core? It says it's underground?
It's not. It's in
It's
the sky.
above. God, how do I get up there?
By the way, Ariana will give you a quest to find that if you don't want to do that right now.
Oh, okay. Then I came here for nothing. I still need to go
I forgot
find
to tell you
the...
that.
I'm gonna destroy you.
I actually didn't think about that until just now.
Fucking build.
I can. Listen, man, I'm running errands for Ariana. Ari
Ariana Grande. Sorry.
Boogie
Oh!
Boogie.
Ah! I keep almost falling off the cliff. Smart.
Uh-oh. I
What?
did just fall off the cliff.
Good. And you did.
Oof.
Chest! Give me that.
Phew.
Goblin Fang. Wee! Wee! Look out.
Are you okay? I don't know where I am.
What was I looking for again?
Isn't in the big 25.
On a big view. What level are these assholes?
25
Charles and
inches,
Scott.
bro.
Oh.
Hey.
Come on down to Big Charlie's Meat Parade where you can get 8 inches of
What is
meat in
this?
your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have Phantom Dash.
You did it.
Why is there one little boarlet protecting it? The fuck?
Where am I going?
Phew.
Oh my god, I'm floating.
you
It's
going?
Breath of the Wild. No, shut up. I have paraglide.
Did you know that if you take your shoes off, your character's bare feet glow blue when you use that skill?
Interesting.
Hey.
Did you know that that was a marketing ad on TikTok for this game?
What? Really?
I don't know if it was intentional, but there was an ad where your character, like the character jumps off the cliff and starts using the glide ability, and like they're not wearing any shoes, and the camera's panning all around her, and it like focuses on the feet for an uncomfortable amount of time.
What
I
the
don't know if it was,
fuck?
I don't know if it was intentional, but the comments seemed to enjoy it.
You're gonna have to show me that then.
I don't know how to find it. Somewhere.
What are these
on
guys?
TikTok.
Oh. Oh, they're level 39. Oh no. Maybe I can just avoid them? I use the float ability?
Phew.
Yeah, that works. China.
Cha-cha-cha-chia.
Connor's a cheater. Oh.
No.
Connor is a cheater.
Cheats at poker.
Bruh.
He
I got
cheated
found a
Bruh.
topaz.
He cheated on me with
Into the toilet.
Jen. I don't know.
Jennifer Lopez.
Robot. Not fair.
There's limestone.
I'm not gonna say what I was going to say because I would. I don't feel like getting Dylan banned off of Twitch today.
What were you gonna say?
I don't want to get you banned.
Okay, then DM me it. Coward.
Okay. If you want to know so bad,
I win now. I win now. I want a new state. Tell me when you do so I can check.
I DM'd you.
What the fuck is that? Fuck you. Taking my booty up in 3D or some type of shit?
No. It's an anime girl dancing or something like that.
Grr! kind of an idiot.
But it's like 12 pixels wide.
Kind of fucking dumb, Hunter.
My school grade report says otherwise. I got all A's. That's a lie. I can't get A's
Mr. Teacher's Pet!
I can't get A's in my school. The lowest grade that they'll give is an F. Or the highest grade that they'll give is an F, rather.
I give you an F. Fuck.
I think I'm physically incapable of being a straight A student.
Capable.
Especially when your school advisor won't respond to your email!
I hope he continues not
That's
to
okay.
respond.
That's okay. If he doesn't respond to my emails by tomorrow afternoon, I'll just get his boss to do it for me.
Wait.
I don't know who his boss is. I'll get student services or whatever the email is to do it for me. I got my ways.
I got my ways. Hunter's a Karen. Kidding.
Yes. I mean, when I'm paying like $5,000 like a semester, I gotta get what I need, man.
Itchy. Can I? Can I get off? Turtle. Okay, so I need to make how many of these? Forgot. I needed check. Where's
This mage actually does a lot of damage if you play it correctly. It's crazy.
Oh, it doesn't. I need
Just kidding. I don't
40
know if I'm playing
sandstone
it correctly.
polishers.
But I sure am doing a lot of damage.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I should have mined for more. I need to make 40. Oh my god.
Oh, wait, this is the one that I need.
Alrighty,
Goblin
I
King?
guess we're going back for mining. That's N. I didn't want to open N. Open the map.
I gotta start upgrading my imagines, my battle imagines, because I don't actually have. I mean, I have one that is actually pretty decent for me, but the other one is not.
I don't imagine I must upgrade. Yeah.
Don't make me scuba you.
Sister you kissed. Little bitch you are.
You kissed my sister?
No, Luke Skywalker. Do I really? Oh my god.
Luke Skywalker kissed my sister?
Yeah.
That's a pretty high honor, actually. Wish Luke Skywalker would kiss me.
Jesus Christ.
Oh!
I wish you would kiss me.
For $20, I will.
No, for free.
We don't always get what we want, Dylan.
I do.
Yeah, right.
I do. I'm a Twitch streamer. Shut up.
I will put something in your something.
Don't say that, TwitchCon.
What about you, Connor?
Oh.
Nothing. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
I love how
Okay.
I've said 3 things that that I'm probably gonna get banned for on Twitch because of.
You probably won't.
Yeah, I probably won't. I'm a male on Twitch. Dan Clancy would fuck up. Actually, no. Well, I don't know. He's also a goon. Probably not suck.
Pretty sure it's the women that he sucks up to, not the men.
Yeah. He has a
I
good
don't know what you're talking about, bro.
He went. The only way he stuck up to me for being a male is if I was sexist.
All right, I think we should probably change the subject.
But not like I'm gonna get banned on Twitch or.
Banana.
No, because it's not funny.
Oh yeah,
It's dragging on.
I'm gonna drag you on. Yes. Honors bananas.
Resonates with the power of Boss Goblin King to summon 1 to 3 goblins at random to cast skills. Interesting.
I don't know how much
This
I need.
imagine should not be used unless it's tier 5.
I need 40 sandstone polishers, and I need to like need to mine like. It costs like 2 limestone.
The bear.
Bear in the Big Blue House, childhood show. Surprised I'm still awake.
I'm not. I injected you with some stuff.
That's terrible, and you shouldn't say that. I'll report you.
I injected you with dexmethylphenylate. I don't know.
Dexmethylphenylate? You mean my medicine is dexmethylphenidate? That's my morning
Phenylate.
medicine. No, it's phenidate.
Is a phenylate, dude.
I'm gonna give you some lemonade.
I'm gonna give you stimulants.
I'm gonna give you steroid.
Okay. That'll make me swole!
Yeah, brother. Troll. I have 11. Wow. I'm gonna just jump off the cliff. No, I'm not. I'm kidding.
The bear.
I
What is
kind
the
of want
bear?
to. I kind of want to jump off the cliff. See what happens.
You'll fall.
Whee! Oh my fucking god! I thought it was gonna teleport me back up.
No, I told you. You'll fall.
Well, guess I'm swimming back.
Probably
Oh
just
my
teleport.
fucking god! I can't teleport.
It'd probably be faster to just go to that scout lookout post teleport thing.
Oh,
unless
where is
there's
it?
like a wind unless there's like a wind beam behind you.
Is there a wind beam? No, it's a waterfall. But yeah, I'm a fucking moron.
You just jump. Hold on, go back behind you. Go towards the like the cliff. You can jump up those rocks. Yeah,
I
look
can
for, like,
Skyrim my
little
way
rock-
up.
Yeah, look for rocks that you can stand on.
I'm not gonna find much. Just oh,
I already found multiple, but you're not. Look behind you. Nope. Nope. Stop. Keep. Stop. 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 Right there. Yep. That path that you're
Okay.
looking at right now.
if I can make it. My stamina is pretty low. Oh, I'm entering restricted area. I'll be teleport to a safe zone. That worked. Hey, and I found a hub I can activate. Nice. And I can go back. Hee hee hee.
There's this thing called the bear. I'm looking at Maxroll GG, which is kind of like a wiki, but I don't know what it's talking about. Oh, Brigand Leader. That's what it's talking about.
Ah! I'm alive. That was a gay Tony.
Well, alrighty then.
Alrighty then. Booty crust. I love pictures. Daily. Oh, check in. Check in. Check in. I might have to end stream at like 9 or something. Not getting tired at the moment, but like that's usually when my uncle goes to sleep, so I don't want to out and shit. Because
No.
I think but I also think like 2 hours would be good enough for us now.
No.
Unless I get distracted and I just get...
No.
You shut your mouth, Hunter.
What do you think the answer to that is?
Yes.
No.
Connor, can you beat up Hunter?
Connor, show me a picture of this guy's balls.
Connor, show me your hentai.
Bruh.
I don't want to see.
Show
I
me your
don't want to see
hentai.
Connor's hentai.
I do.
Bruh.
Arthur! Show us your hentai.
What, Connor? Do you want me to see your hentai?
No. I don't even have...
It might have stuff I like in it.
No, I'm pretty sure like 80% of it is gonna be like Hilda.
You might have that one girl from Team Magma I like from Pokemon. What was her name again?
Courtney.
Courtney, yeah.
I only... Actually, I should not say here.
I only goon on Thursdays. What have I evolved? What have I become? What animal have I become?
I got a great warthog.
Shut up.
Did you know that? I have the great warthog. Warhog? Whatever.
Hog Rider! My sandstone. Or limestone, I mean. God, how much do I need? Because I need to make 40 sandstone polishers, and it costs 2 limestone to make them.
Huh?
Hunter, do the math for me.
I don't know. I didn't hear what you said.
I need to make 40 limestone polishers, and it costs 2 raw limestones to make.
You need 80.
80, okay, thank you.
Oh.
Ugh. I'm gonna go insane. Go stupid! Ah! Go crazy! Ah! Go stupid!
I'm making sounds.
I know that. You should shut up.
I like making sounds.
I don't like you. I love you. Oh,
I'm talking to Mason right now.
who the fuck is Mason?
It's Mason, you know.
No, I don't.
Wow. That's... I don't know what to say to you then.
Good, no one ever does. I'm too fucking mentally insane.
Get.
God. Tracking quests L. I took an L. Boy.
Yes, sir. You are now.
You're a G.
I'm going gangsta! I don't know what I'm
Shut the fuck up. I swear to God. Connor's a W. Or fuck.
Nice going.
Connor's a little.
There are many letters you can use there, Dylan.
Connor's a Z. Xylophone. Connor, you're a
Xylophone starts with an X.
Oh, fuck!
Oh my god, Dylan.
Oh my god! I'm so stupid!
I don't know what to say to you now, actually. I don't know how to continue this.
I don't know either. I probably shouldn't. I should probably shut up after not realizing xylophone started with an X.
There's like... I don't know.
Probably just no point in trying it anymore.
I legit don't know what to say now.
I don't know what this. I made you almost speechless. Jesus Christ.
Almost?
Arca, I did make you speak.
I make you speechless.
Good. Hold my vocal cords out, bitch. No balls.
I actually have 4 of them, but yeah.
You have 4 balls?
To my left hand, to my right hand.
Are they meatballs?
When the moon hits your eye like a big
That's racist.
meatball.
Shut up.
It's actually not racist.
Listen, I say if I say it's racist, it's
Told by my 1.5% Italian heritage that I can say that.
oh my god. You can you can say the M word. Meatballs.
Mario? Oh.
Mario? Mario?
I honestly...
Mario.
I don't know anymore.
Jesus.
Connor. Connor.
What?
Suck my toes.
Don't worry about him, big boy. Just go back to whatever you're
Let's
doing.
swim in the water. Water's not making any splashies.
It's because you're too fat.
You're fat. Fuck you.
Because you're too fat.
Calvin is so fat. I'm running out of zero sugar blackberry Dr. Pepper.
They make 0 sugar versions of that?
Yeah.
Nice.
What the fuck? Are you okay?
I hiccuped.
Oh. Never do that again, otherwise I'll ban you.
Please do.
Please do. Slash ban Hypercharge 2.
I'm waiting.
Now you gotta do the unban request. Oh wait, I have those off. You can't do shit now, Hunter. You're screwed.
Good, because I wasn't going to anyway.
Yes, you were. Fuel my ego, damn it. Or what's left of it.
Much work.
Pain and suffering. I'm only at 60 raw limes. Right. I thought this was gonna be a wheat gathering stream. No, it's a limestone mining.
That's what sign up.
Huh? I did not hear what you said.
I don't know. Did I say?
Nothing probably racist.
What is up with you and racism?
I'm white. Oh. Oh, the cow is mooing.
Don't dox yourself.
I'm not. I would have if I just said the cow is mooing.
Fine, I'll dox you.
Do it, no balls.
Dylan lives in San Francisco.
I wish.
Why would you want to live in San Francisco?
I was wrong with San Francisco.
I'm asking why you would want to live there.
I don't know. So I can drink the water that's near the Golden Gate Bridge.
Okay.
I don't know. Why wouldn't some normal person go to San Francisco, damn it?
Work?
No, that can't be it.
To rob a store? I don't know.
Or rob a store? Yeah, that's the reason. I want to live in
Just trying
California or Seattle. And I got
Why do you wanna live
soda
in
all over my
California?
Batman symbol.
Why do you want to live in California?
I have a lot of friends who live there. Also for political reasons.
What, do you support the forest fire party or something like that?
Yeah. I hate Smokey the Bear.
But to live in a blue state, you already live in a blue state.
Yeah, I live in a blue state, but I'm in a town full of... Oh, I'm not gonna go into politics right now.
You do know that there's like in the in-between areas of California, there's a lot of people like that too, right?
Yeah, I know. What the fuck was
Just
that
live in New York
notification
City.
got?
You'll get the. You don't have to worry about
But
that.
I don't want to be constantly told that I'm walking here, and I don't want to have to deal with the giant monstrous-sized rats.
I mean, you'd have to deal with that in San Francisco too.
Hence why would someone want to live there? It's fucking tired. I've been awake for too long.
Be
But
cheaper to live
I'm not
in New York
going to.
City
I'm not
because-
ending stream or going to bed till I get all the limestone I need.
Be cheaper to live in New York City because I am going to become an oil baron next week, and I'm going to take all of Argentina's oil.
Don't worry, because our president has been, you know, sending money to Argentina.
That's why I'm taking all the oil, so he can't have
Take that, Trump! What you gonna do now, motherfucker?
it. He's gonna touch my willy.
Probably. He is a pedophile. Wait, no, you're an adult, though.
I'm not a child. Big touch my willy.
I'm at 84. I think I need just,
I
like...
want this hat. How do you get this hat?
I'm gonna grab
It
one
costs
more.
money!
Haha. I'm gonna grab one more
Actually, it
limestone and then I'll be out. Holy shit.
It
Finally.
costs meow coins. How do you get meow coins?
You go ooh woo meow. Sorry.
Meowlix Member Center. How did I get this?
How do I become a cat girl?
No, I'm legitimately confused on how I'm getting this. Master.
Oh, my eyes itchy.
Oh, is this like for logging in for multiple months straight or something like that?
Probably. Little
You want me to
nightmare.
set a long-term goal game? I need 30 more, which means I'd have to log in for another month. But the game hasn't been out for that long. Anti-gravity bubble? Is that a mount? That's a mount.
Amount.
Get a mount where you're just a bubble. Jesus Christ, Dome, are you okay?
I hiccuped. Didn't think that was that loud.
That wasn't really loud.
That was?
It was kind of disgusting too.
I didn't hear. I was silent when doing it though. What the fuck? It sounded silent to me.
Your mic picked it up.
What the fuck?
Like inside your stomach or something. So the hat costs 60, but I really like the gloves too. Well, they don't really fit.
Alrighty, now we're gonna be crafting the 40 of these, and then after I turn this quest in, I'll probably end stream.
I'm gonna end you. Wait.
What?
That is not a threat.
Dan Clancy, he's threatening me.
I don't know who that is.
CEO Twitch.
I don't know what that is.
I know what you are, you shit brain.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yo mama, that's what.
I haven't eaten dinner yet. Oh wait, it's Saturday. I was thinking, oh man, I gotta go to sleep soon because I've got work, but no, it's Saturday. I don't have work tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow. Would anyone like to buy me Ring of Nocturnal Trickery for $13?
Oh.
Everyone should donate to my Ko-Fi so I can buy a $13.
You don't have a Ko-Fi. Actually, I think it's pronounced coffee.
How do you know?
I don't know. If you did, I would have followed you already because I have one.
Yeah? Well, what if I don't want you to follow me, huh? Huh?
You're a little
About
bitch.
that? You think about that?
No, because I don't think.
That's true.
Right, Connor?
Oh, what?
Hmm. Neither
Exactly.
is Connor, evidently. Nothing,
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
It's just the whole troll investigating thing finally came to light of where they suspect that I thought it was a troll and I was right.
Oh. Did you find out who it was?
Yep.
Yes.
Who
What you
was
just
that?
It was Wes who is best friends with Dav and Road, the two big trolls.
Oof. Who was it?
Yeah.
One of the mods?
No. Remember, the mods don't win the game.
Oh yeah, that's right. Holy shit! I finally
But yeah.
got these. Here's the gem. Oh. Wait, I thought it was gem craft. Oh, gem crafting here. Submit. Oh my god.
Admit to me, mortal!
What the fuck? Submit to me.
Anyway, I'm gonna go get some cereal. Goodbye.
I am gonna probably end stream soon. Or right now. I need to go find someone to raid. Let's go open the VOD! Oh shit, I gotta put on the end. Let's go find someone to raid. That's not what I'm doing. Shit. I opened the wrong thing. Back to Twitch. I smack you, silly Twitch. Ah! No, I don't want to watch that random ass stream. I wanted to pause it. Oh my god. Fuck yourself. No, I don't need an ad playing right now. Let's go raid my friend Muggs. Shit. Let's raid Muggs 80. That work? Alright guys, we're gonna go raid my friend Muggs. He's playing Monster Hunter Wilds right now. Make sure to give him support. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.